Hey guys, just want to check in. I did some venting this weekend between my grinding with the business, and I was reaching out to a couple of close friends of mine that I truly trust and really take their advice to heart. And one of my closest friends I was talking to, and he's my dear closest friend. I mean, I could depend on him about any and everything. You know, he's been there with me through all different types of processes that I've gone through over the last 7 years. His advice and a few other people's advice that I'm close with said to let it go, to let this thing go between me and my ex-best friend. And my thing is, and I was explaining to him, is that it's not like she stole 40, 50, or even $100. If she stole that little, this would be very easy for me to get over and get past. But because it's $4,000, and because I'm looking at the hard work and the amount of effort, the amount of sacrifice that it takes and that it took me to make that $4,000, that makes it harder for me to let it go. You know, the fact that I'm having to, and I've had to pretty much be real tight and be penny pushing because I'm trying to make up for what's not there because it's been taking. It's hard for me to be able to get past it. And so I explain that, but of course, you know, I value his advice because, you know, most people would let this thing go, but this for me is hard because I don't make my money the way that most people make their money. I make my money legally, of course, but a lot of people make their money as a guaranteed paycheck. The way I make my money is based on my own effort, so it's a lot of commission. And when I think about when this situation first happened, I was driving, so I was pretty much making money based off of how many people I was able to drive and be able to pick up. So that makes it very difficult to be able to let this thing go. So after talking with my friends and still kind of venting and everything like that, I decided to contact her mom because, you know, with her being a close family friend and the fact that I've been, you know, in their family friend circle for the past 11 years, you know, I've built a really strong rapport with her mom because she's always been like a second mom to me. And so I'm just kind of explaining the situation with her. I mean, explaining the situation to her mom, letting her know that, you know, I've been waiting the last few days, you know, for the money. I haven't heard back from her daughter in 2 weeks. You know, what's going on? Can you contact her? Can you talk to her? And you know, she said she would talk to her, you know, after church. And so, you know, I kind of waited. You know, I waited around and everything like that. And I was almost tempted to contact her mom again, asking her, you know, what the update was. But I decided to email my former friend. And I emailed her, and I just kind of explained. I just kind of put in the email asking her, you know, what's going on. I mean, we agreed for you to pay me $600 every 2 weeks until this thing is settled, and you stiffed me by paying me $165. And then I question you about Why is it so little? And you ignore me. And then this past Friday, I'm asking you, what's going on, and also trying to get the money from you from the previous time so that I can be able to pay my bills. And I'm also kind of explaining to her because she stole this much money from me, my bills took a serious turn. I mean, I was literally getting ready for almost all of my bills to be in collections. And not only that, I had to borrow so much money from my parents because I was in so much debt because of the interest and all these different credit cards and all these bills and everything like that. So I'm now having to pay my parents back because I haven't had the money in my account to pay the bills. And so I explained that to her. I explained to her that, I've been nothing but a good friend all of these years. I've never done anything wrong. Why would you treat somebody like this? And I explained to her, I would never treat her like this. So, that didn't work. So my thing is, I'm just kind of, I don't really know what's going to happen. I mean, I don't really know what to really do right now. I really don't. I want to leave it in God's hands and just, allow it. But I'm just trying to figure out, am I going to try to do the civil court thing to get the money back? I don't know, because I'm trying to reach out to her and it's not working. So I'm not really quite sure, but this is part of my process. But again, I'm not going to allow this to slow down my week. I got a lot of things that I'm expecting this week. Me and my fiance was out in the field on Saturday. She was driving me around. I was stopping in restaurants getting business cards. So I was able to get about 40 new prospects on Saturday, which is to some people, it's not really a lot in the sales game, but we did a pretty good job, because a lot of times we're also just stopping and getting some information. So when you're talking and you're trying to get information to make sure that they're a pretty decent fit for you to talk to on the phone, it takes a little bit of time. And then of course we were working on some stuff last night, setting up some email templates for me to contact some prospects that I haven't been able to reach over the phone. So got a lot going this week, but I had to share that because that's been on my heart. This has been something that's been weighing on me for the last really 2 months. I've had a lot of sleepless nights because I'm trying to provide the best I can for my household, and the fact that someone has taken away money and really limiting me from being able to do that. So just had to kind of share that. I put a post up yesterday for people, just guys, just be careful who you call a really good friend. The reason why I say that is because just because someone is smiling in your face, just because someone is hanging around you or whatnot, doesn't mean that they care about your well-being. Because some people are just around you for a particular reason or motive. And the thing about it is, like me, I thought it was a good motive, but then it ended up biting me in the butt. And so I'm putting this message out because I don't want anybody else to be taken like I've been taken. And I'm not saying to stop trusting people. I'm just saying, just be very mindful, of your circle right now. And if you see something or you feel something some sort of way, you may want to kind of look at that and kind of think about that feeling, because that could be a warning that you may not want to ignore. So just wanted to check in, but I'll talk with y'all later.